పంపించాను.
ఆ?
పంపించిన.
పంపించినా
నీకు మెయిల్ చేసినాక అది బెటర్ అబ్బా.
ఈ మెయిల్ ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎక్కడ పంపిస్తా చెప్పు
ఇటు పంపి అదొద్దు.
Hello. Good morning. Yes. ఒకళ్ళు చేంజ్ చేస్తుండని ఇంకొకరు స్టార్ట్ చేయండి.
Hello? Hello?
Ma'am, we can hear you, ma'am. We can hear you. Please
Sir,
go
I'm
ahead.
audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Narmada, Assistant Professor, ECE Department, Mathrishri Engineering College. I welcome you all for 5 days online workshop on digital image processing using MATLAB. Now, I request our HOD, sir, Dr. N. Srinivas Rao Garu, to brief about the department.
Good morning, everybody. Respected dignitaries and the host, Sri Satyakumar Ali, CEO, Data Team. We are welcoming you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I am Dr. Nokal from our principal Garu is busy with the NAC work. That is the reason behind I am introducing. Our college, Mathrishri Engineering College, is established in 2011. So far, 5 batches passed out with 92% outcome, and all 5 branches now NBA accredited during 2019, 3 years. Computer Science Engineering, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Mechanical, Civil, Information Technology recently came. So we had a lot of infrastructure facilities for organizing various engineering departments, laboratories, and well-established college last 10 years. And about the Department of ECE, is established in 2011 with an intake of 60 and enhanced next year to 120. So I am the head of the department, Nokal Srinivas Rao, with 20 years of academic expertise, and I had a doctorate degree in electromagnetic field theory, and I'm a senior member of IEEE. Department has 6 degrees with various specializations, members are available, and 9 faculty are about their PhD, and department has to cater the Usmania University Department of ECE, and the Department of ECE is regularly organizing the various events like workshops, seminars, and we had an MOU with the E&ICT Academy, NIT Warangal, Tech Class, and Texas Instruments, and Embedded Solutions, and so on, including SNL. So there are licensed softwares. The department is having a MATLAB software with 100 licenses, campus license with various toolboxes, and HFS software for antenna design and microwave lab design. Mentor Graphics and E-Yantra project also sanctioned, and SIH projects also shortlisted from various engineering departments. So Department of EC is very enthusiastic, and I congratulate the organizers, Dr. Narmada and Karunakar, who are the backbone to make this program grand success. Thank you very much. And I invite all participants online and college managements, and I am highly thankful on behalf of the organizing committee to Madhusri Engineering College and Principal Garu and other heads of the department, including the participant colleges, managements and their administration and delegates who spending their valuable time, and for our response, they responded positively. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. About the workshop, digital image processing using MATLAB. It is scheduled for 5 days. The different modules using MATLAB will be covered in this 5-day workshop. In this regard, to educators, here we are with Mr. Satyakumar Palli, CEO, Data Teach Labs. Satyakumar sir is an experienced computer vision engineer with a demonstrated history of working in the information technology and service industry. He is skilled in OpenCV, video processing, signal processing, medical imaging, and image processing. He has an engineering professional with a PG focused in VLSI technology from National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, Kerala. Now I request Mr. Satyakumar Palli to continue the session.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the invite. I would like to thank the management people of Madhusri Engineering College and the Department of ECE and the HOD sir, Dr. Srinivas Rao sir, and the coordinators, Karnakar sir, and as well Namada ma'am. Thanks for the invite and thanks for the nice words about me. And thank you for all your support, and for sure we'll make it grand success. Thank you one and all. Thanks for your invite. And so I'm unmuting you all people, ma'am. Can I go ahead, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Very good morning. Nice joining us. This event is organized by Madhusri Engineering College in association with the Data Teach Labs, Hyderabad. So am I anyone in the meeting to share with me, or some of the people are to share with me? Madam,
Sorry guys, sorry for the interruption. Hope my voice is clear now.
Hope my audio is clear now. Sorry for the interruption due to some technical issues. I lost connection.
Madam,
So I'm
yes,
here.
sir. Audible, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So let us begin this session. Very good morning, one and all. Thanks for joining with us. Let us begin this session. Let me share my screen. I don't want to share any PPT and all. So I'd like to teach with you right from the beginning with this coding itself. So these sessions of these 5 lecture sessions, the objective is to make you understand what digital images and what is digital image processing and where we can use this digital image processing and what are the advantages of learning this and the different kinds of insights of digital image processing that we are going to learn in these five-day sessions. So let me give you some brief introduction about what digital images and what digital image processing and what are the tools available for digital image processing, and then by using MATLAB, how you can handle digital images, how you can process digital images for various applications. These kind of things you are going to discuss for all the 5 sessions. So as an application orientation, that means like from the day 1, I would like to teach you with the coding itself. I don't want to stress on any theory. You can find theory anywhere, even in your textbooks also, I feel. Yes. So let me share my screen and then let us begin this session. Very good morning, one and all. Still people joining. Very good morning, one and all. Thanks for joining with us. So hope my audio is audible and edible enough and my screen is visible to you. If you confirm it, please, I'll go ahead. Can anyone in the meet or my co-host or my team members, anyone, please let me know so that I'll go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thanks for checking with me. Now let us begin this session. So the objective of 5-day session is to make you understand what digital images and what digital image processing. The main objective is to make you understand the applications of digital image processing and as well where we can use digital images to understand the scene and to get the more insights of our data. To get the more insights of our data or as a picture, we are going to discuss all those details in detail. So let me start off this session by giving you some introduction about digital images and as well MATLAB software tool. Yeah, give me a moment, I'll be sharing. Give me a moment, I'll be sharing or let us begin this session. I'll be sharing my notepad. Hope everything is clear now. Let me start off. So the objective of today's session, the agenda I would like to write here and I would like to start off. So agenda for today's session, introduction to digital images and introduction to MATLAB software. So for 1.5 session, I would like to give you some more detail on intro to digital images, introduction to digital images, and then introduction to MATLAB software. Intro to MATLAB software, I would like to discuss with you MATLAB software and the basic commands and the basic introduction, basic overview of MATLAB software as well, and as well digital images also I would like to discuss with you. So in this morning, we are going to deal with digital images and a MATLAB software, and thereafter digital image processing with MATLAB will discuss. So for that one, everyone should have some good idea on what is an image and how we can process an image. Then we can simply use a tool, MATLAB software, where we can do some kind of basic pre-processing and other processing operations on digital images. So let me start off the things with introduction to the MATLAB software, and then I'll move on to introduction to digital images. Let me start off the session with introduction to the MATLAB software. So let us begin this. What MATLAB is basically and what we can do with the MATLAB and what it is and why only
why we are choosing MATLAB, though we have so many other softwares. Those are kind of things I would like to discuss with you. What is MATLAB? The first question is, what is MATLAB? The first question we need to answer ourselves that, what is MATLAB? The first question we need to answer ourselves that what it is. Before going to learn, each one should have some good idea on what it is and why we are using this and what it does. 3 questions: what it does, what it is, why we are going for this. The first question, what MATLAB is basically. So let me ask you what MATLAB is. I'll answer this. What MATLAB is basically. What MATLAB is. That means what MATLAB software is. So MATLAB is a scientific computational tool. I tell you, MATLAB is a scientific computational tool used to solve complex math operations. MATLAB is a scientific computation tool used for solving complex math operations. The first point is MATLAB is a scientific computational tool used for solving complex math operations. And MATLAB is a software environment which can be used for different applications like aeronautical applications, biomedical applications, and communication system applications, image processing applications, and embedded applications, VLIS applications, data science, deep learning, machine learning, computer vision, and sim electronics, and as well control system designing, and bioscience, biology also we can, and whatnot. Many applications you have with MATLAB software. Even the economics can be taught with MATLAB. Even the chemistry can be taught with MATLAB. Even physics, chemistry, all sciences, whatnot, all sciences can be taught with MATLAB. So that much powerful tool or a software environment a MATLAB is basically. So we can have a lot of applications with MATLAB. MATLAB is a scientific computational tool used to solve complex math operations. Will be used in different applications, as I mentioned, aeronautical applications, biomedical applications, communication system applications, and so on, and many more. So it was introduced in 1982 into the market. It was introduced in 1982 into the market. 1982. It was introduced in 1982 by MathWorks Incorporation. MathWorks is a company name. MathWorks is a company name, US-based company. MathWorks, MathWorks, MathWorks Incorporation. So it is a product of MathWorks company. Initial days, back then in 1980s, people used this one for simple arithmetic calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, kind of things, a basic arithmetic operations. People back then in 1980s used this software for simple calculations. Later on, many add-ons are added, So many add-ons like communication toolbox, image processing toolbox, aeronautical applications, many things, many more added. So it was introduced in 1982 by MathWorks Incorporation. Initial days, it was used as a scientific normal calculator. Later on, it became a scientific tool, a great and sophisticated and as well customized scientific tool for different applications. Many of the institutions in the United countries and as well Russian countries and Asia Pacific, many universities make MATLAB mandatory. Many universities completely relying on MATLAB for their teaching aid, as a teaching aid. So any science can be taught with MATLAB. Even civil engineering can be taught with MATLAB. Even electrical engineering, electronics engineering, computer science, anything whatnot, any science can be taught with MATLAB. So that much importance this MATLAB software have. But people, unfortunately, people in India, we people don't know the importance of this one. So only some premium institutes know the importance of this one. So, and even most of the people these days for research applications have been using this MATLAB software. So MATLAB is a paid software. Actually, it is a paid software. We need to purchase a license. But for academic and non-commercial users, we have cracked versions. We can use that one also. Or else you can download the trial version, or else you can use it. Or else if you have a campus license, you can use it. So different ways to use this one. So this is my intention is to let you know how important this MATLAB software is. MATLAB is simply a scientific computation tool to solve complex math operations and what it does. The second question is what it does. The second question we need to answer what it does simply. What it does, we need to understand what it can do for us, what it does. Simply what it does. So it performs operations on matrices. Let me explain you what MATLAB stands for. What MATLAB stands for. What MATLAB stands for, as I told you, MATLAB is a scientific computational tool. What it stands for, MATLAB stands for Matrix Laboratory. Matrix Laboratory, MAT for matrices and laboratory, Matrix Laboratory. Hope you people know what is matrix. It is Matrix Laboratory. Simply, it is Matrix Laboratory. What a matrix is and how you can handle a matrix and all the things we are going to discuss in this session itself. So Matrix Laboratory. So what is matrix? Simply a matrix means data arranged in rows and columns is called simply a matrix. Data arranged in rows and columns manner. Data arranged in rows and columns. For suppose something like this, the data. The data arranged in rows and columns is called simply a matrix. So this MATLAB performs operations on matrix data. This MATLAB performs operations on matrices data. That means it doesn't allow any other means of data. It only allows matrices. That means whatever the data you can give it to the MATLAB, it only takes as matrices. It takes input as matrix and it performs operations on matrix and it gives output as a matrix itself. No other means of data it can handle and or it can take. So whether you give a signal or else whether you give simply video, whether you give some image, whether you give some mathematical equation, whether you give some text also, everything will be taken as simply a matrix. Even if you write something like a character E something, even if you write a simple character, that is also taken as a one by one matrix. All the data, whatever the data you give, the data is like video, audio, image, signal, and as well text, whatever it is. When you give it to the MATLAB, it takes as a matrices. No other means of data it can take. So what MATLAB does, it performs operations on data. What kind of data it is? It is a matrix kind of data. By default, in inbuilt, the MATLAB have an interpreter which converts any kind of data into matrices, so that it can perform operations on matrices only, no other means of data. And why we go for this one? Though we have so many softwares like C programming language is there, and Java, and some of the Python, and some of the Oracle, so many programming languages are there. And why we need to go for this one? What is the importance of this one? Why we need to go for the MATLAB software, though we have so many others? The reason is MATLAB is a scientific tool. All the sciences can be taught with this, and as well MATLAB has so many toolboxes. The main thing we are going for this one is toolboxes. So I'll ask you one question. First, suppose if I want to write a program in C programming language, multiplication of two matrices. If I want to write a program of multiplication of two matrices in a C program, that means you need to initialize two matrices. We need to declare, initialize, and we need to write for loop inside a for loop, again for loop, for loop, for loop, for loop, for loop. It's a lengthy program. That is a complex program what we face in engineering in a first year in C programming, right? So that is a lengthy one. So because everything we need to write it, but here in this programming language, in this MATLAB software, simply if your matrix have two matrices you have, if you have two matrices, simply the multiplication symbol, if I write, automatically matrix multiplication will be done. We can write a program for matrix multiplication within 2 lines, simply. And if I want to calculate inverse of a matrix, if I want to calculate, simply I need to find determinant of a matrix first. And I need to check whether the determinant is not equal to 0 or not. If at all, if it is not equal to 0, then inverse of matrix will exist. And then we need to start calculating. Then based on your efficiency, based on your calculating efficiency of your mind, it may take 30 seconds, 1 minute or 2 minutes to find the inverse of a matrix. But that kind of complex thing, simply we have a inbuilt function inv. We have an inbuilt function inv. We have inbuilt function inv, inverse of a matrix simply. So like that, these toolboxes have so many inbuilt functions. Toolboxes have so many inbuilt functions which can be used for different operations. Toolboxes. What is a toolbox? Toolbox contains so many built-in functions which can be used for different operations. There is a image processing toolbox. There is a communication toolbox. There is a control system toolbox. There is an aeronautical system toolbox. Like that, around 90 toolboxes we have. Those can be used for different applications. Toolbox contains inbuilt functions. As like we write something like ash include stdio.h in C programming language. That is a library directive. In that one, we have inbuilt functions like printf and scanf and kind of things. As like that, we have so many inbuilt toolboxes. In those toolboxes, you have so many inbuilt functions we have. Those can be used for different operations. Is my voice is audible? Can anyone please check? Someone complaining that audio is not audible. Can anyone please check? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Balakrishnan. Yeah, Yashwan, thank you. You've been here also. Thanks. Yes, thank you. So toolboxes are very important one, which have so many inbuilt functions to perform different operations. So that is the importance of MATLAB. That is why we are going for MATLAB software. So MATLAB is also one kind of scripting language. So MATLAB is also one kind of scripting language. That means a programming language. So as like C language, it is also a programming language where we can simply write some programs for different applications, right? So let me explain you the MATLAB basics first. Let us move on to, now we answered 3 questions: what MATLAB is, what it does, and why we need to go for MATLAB. 3 questions are answered now. Now let me move on to MATLAB software introduction. MATLAB software introduction. So once you open a MATLAB software, then this kind of window will be open for you. This kind of window will be open. My screen you can visible is visible to you. So this is simply your MATLAB screen. This is called MATLAB desktop. When you open a MATLAB software, we will share MATLAB software download link, which I have included in my Google Drive. I'll share with you. You can download if needed. If anyone want to practice, we'll share that one. You can practice it. So this is MATLAB desktop screen. This is MATLAB desktop screen. That means when you open a MATLAB software, the screen looks like this. In this screen, what we have, I would like to explain you. In this screen, what we have, what this screen means, and what are the sub windows we have, how those are useful to you. Let me explain you one by one. So the first one is the command window. We are going to discuss about command window, and the other one is workspace window. The other one is command history, and the other one is current folder, and the other one is editor window. I'll explain you once after completing these 4 sub windows. So let me explain you the command window. When you open a software, MATLAB software, the screen look like this. This is called MATLAB desktop. We people call this one as a MATLAB desktop. We call it as a MATLAB desktop. In this MATLAB desktop, we have 5 sub windows. We have 5 sub windows. What are those 5 sub windows? I would like to discuss one by one in more precisely, so that you can understand, and you can freely use this MATLAB software. Very easy to use. This MATLAB software is very easy to use, and the programming is more easier than Python, than C language as well. So for sure, my promise for you is I'll make you a good programmer in MATLAB for sure. If you're familiar with any one programming language, you can start off learning other programming languages, and as well you can explore many. So in these 5 days, for sure you will be a good programmer. We are about to write some 30 to 40 programs in MATLAB. So the first one, I'm going to explain you the command window. What command window is, what it does. The first question is what command window and what it does. The first thing, command window is to execute commands. command window is to execute commands. The first thing is the command window is to execute commands. The second, to display outputs of a program. And I request all the participants, please switch off your video. Please do not switch on your video, or your videos will be disturbing to others. I request you all, please switch off your videos. Yeah. So the first one, about command window. Command window can be used for executing commands. Command window can be used to display the outputs, and command window can be used to give inputs to the program, also. We can give inputs also. We can give inputs also. Three things we can do with command window. Executing commands, to display outputs, and to give inputs as well. Each and every one I want to justify programmatically. Now I would like to show you how we can execute commands, and how we can display the outputs, and how we can give the inputs to the program through command window. These three things I would like to explain you now. The first one is to execute commands. I'm writing here beside executing commands. Execute commands. So what do you mean by a command? The first thing we need to understand, what is a command and how you can execute it. What is a command basically? What is a command? Sorry, I have some issue with my writing pad. No issue. So what is the first thing is, what is a command? Command simply a rule or something to be followed, right? First, suppose in command window is to execute commands. If I write something like a equal to 20, I'm writing here, you can see on my screen, more clear it is visible to you. I'm writing something on my screen, a equal to 20. Something like I'm writing a equal to 20. This is simply a command. This is called simply a command, that I am simply assigning some value 20 to a variable a. I'm assigning value 20 to a variable a. And if I press an enter button, this is a symbol for enter button. If I press enter button, this command is going to be executed. Simply I'm doing that one. Please have a look on my screen. So after writing a equal to 20, I'm pressing an enter button. Once I press an enter button, the command is going to be executed. Once I press an enter button, the command is going to be executed, and the value 20 is assigned to a variable a, and the output is displayed here itself in command window. You can see we are executing a command here, and the output will be displayed here itself in command window, and from the programs also we can display outputs also, right? And then the third one, we can give inputs to the program. Ramesh, the problem from your side, I guess all the audience can hear me. Ramesh, if my voice is not audible to you, problem might be from your side. Please check your settings. Yeah, here the first thing, the executing the command and displaying the outputs. We can display the outputs also. Once you write a program, and you can display outputs in a command window, and we can give inputs to the program through command window also. We can give inputs to the program. The third one, we can give inputs to the program. How we can give inputs to the program? Let me show you how we can give inputs to the program. So let us take some variable. I'll explain you all these functions later, but to make you understand about command window, I'm writing this. I'm writing a function input. I'll explain you in programming concepts. A equal to input of, I'm going to write enter a value. I'm writing. So if I execute like this, system will ask you this kind of simply whatever you write, system will ask you that enter a value. Then we need to enter a value. That means through command window we can give values also. If I give 58, then the 58 is assigned to a variable a. In such a way, we can give inputs to the program, or inputs to somewhere else in your program script. We can give inputs, and we can execute commands, and we can display outputs also. That is about command window. Command window can perform three operations. One is to execute commands, one is to display outputs, one is to give inputs to the program. That is about command window. Hope you understood it. Let me move to workspace window. The second one, very important one. And one should understand this workspace window. What is the uses of this workspace window? What is workspace window? Let me explain you. Workspace window is a simply nothing but a memory, temporary memory. Workspace window is a temporary memory location. What it does basically, it stores all the values. It stores all the values with their variable names after execution. It stores all the values with their variable name after execution. Let me explain you that in more clear. Let me explain you that in more clear. What is workspace window? Workspace window is nothing but a temporary memory where we save our variables. Let me show you that. With a good example, I'll show you. So here you can see, this is workspace window, right? Here we don't have anything. Please notice here we don't have anything. So once after executing some commands, I'm executing something like A equal to 78 and something like B equal to some 89. I have executed two commands. I have executed two commands like A equal to 78 I have executed and B equal to 89 I have executed. Once after execution in command window, the values are stored with their variable names. The values are stored with their variable names in workspace window. This is workspace window, which is like a temporary memory. That means what it does, it holds, holds, it holds all the variables with their values after execution. Simply in a one statement, you can remember that workspace window holds all the variables with their values after execution. It is like a temporary memory, and whenever you want this A and B, we can access from the workspace window. Whenever you want some values, whenever you want values from workspace window, simply you can access it. You can access whenever you want. That is also possible. That is why you call it as a temporary memory. That is about workspace window. Hope you understood clearly. So let me move on to the other one, command history. The other one is command history. What is command history? So the name itself says you the history of a command window. The name itself says you the history of a command window. History of a command window. That means whatever the commands I execute in command window will be displayed here. These all commands I execute, whatever the commands I executed command window will be displayed here. This is only for viewing purpose. This is only for view. We cannot access values from this command history. We can only access values from workspace as it is a memory, temporary memory where we can access. But from command history we cannot. But to see whatever the commands you executed, simply you can use command history. Command history itself says history of a command window. I request you all people, please stop your videos. Darshan or something. So please stop your video. I request you. Yeah. Thank you. So in such a way, we can view, the values can be viewed. That means the commands can be viewed in command history. The name itself says history of a command window. That is about command history. Three windows now. Till now we done with command window and workspace window and command history. Three things we are done with. Now the other one is current folder. What current folder is basically? What is this current folder? Current folder is it shows all the files in present working directory. I would like to let you know what present working directory. It shows all the files in present working directory. Let me explain you with a simple example. First, suppose if you have a folder something named as some Satya. In this folder you have a program, prg.1 something, you have a program. So this program you opened. All the other files in this folder will be displayed here. That means current folder, it shows all the files in present working directory. That means in which folder you are in which folder your program is in, all the other files along with your file will be displayed. That is what current working directory or current folder. That is about current folder. No importance for that one, but we need to know it, because whenever you open some program in particular folder, all the other files in that folder will be displayed here. That is about current folder. Till now we are done with 4 sub windows. We are done with 4 sub windows. This is command window, workspace window, command history, and current folder. The other one, very important one, we need to discuss about, I would like to tell you that is editor window. Editor window is to write programs. So our objective of this 5-day session is to make you understand image processing with MATLAB. That is why we need to have some good idea on MATLAB software, then only simply you can use this one for manipulating your images. That's why I'm taking some time to make you understand from the scratch. Please don't get bored. If you people aware of this one, please refresh yourself. Yes. So the other important one is editor window. That editor window is, let me explain you. That editor window, let me explain you. Once, if I want to write a program, then we need to write program in editor window. So editor window is to write programs and as well functions. Editor window. This is called editor window. This is called editor window. Editor window is to write programs and as well functions. So we are not supposed to write programs in command window. We need to write programs in and as well functions in editor window. So here we need to write the program and we need to save it and we can execute it for further purpose. We can save it for further purpose and we can write the codes and we can execute the codes and we can write the functions as well and classes, many things. Whatever you want to write as a program, simply need to go for editor window. So let me explain you how to write a simple program and how to create a .m file. Let me explain you that in more clear. So in a single word, editor window is to write programs and as well functions. Now the topic is creating .m file. What is .m? .m is a extension for MATLAB files. Please try to understand. .m is for extension to the MATLAB files. In C language, the dot extension is .c. In Python language, programming language, .py is the extension. Here, .m. .m means MATLAB file. The extension for MATLAB files is .m. How to create .m file? Let me explain you how to create .m file. Then or else how to create a MATLAB program. How to create a MATLAB, simply a simple MATLAB program. How to write a program, how to save a program, how to create .m file. Let me tell you. Now the topic is creating a MATLAB file. The topic is creating a MATLAB file. To create a MATLAB file, here I can see on my screen on left top corner of left side of my screen, I am marking with my marker. So you can see new script option is there. New script option will be there. New script. If I want to create new M file, that is a MATLAB file, simply need to click on that. Once you click on that, a new editor window will be created. Untitled editor window is created now. This is editor window is now created. Editor window is now created. In this editor window, we need to write the codes. We need to write codes here. We need to write MATLAB codes here. So let me write a simple code. I'll explain you these coding concepts and all. But to make you understand how to use this one, let me write some code. Let me write some code here. Don't bother about what I'm writing because I want to make you understand how to write a code. I will explain you all these other functions and all later. I'm writing some simple code. I'm taking something like A equal to some 67, something B equal to 89. I'm going to take some C equal to A plus B. I'm writing, and then this of something C. I'll explain these programming concepts. Don't worry. But I want to let you know how to create a M file and how to save it. Once after finished writing your code, MATLAB itself is a scripting language, RTM. It is simply MATLAB itself is a scripting language. it supports object-oriented concepts also, OOPS concepts also. It is similar to C language, but it supports object-oriented concepts also, Aarti ma'am. Yeah. So here, once after writing like this, simply save it. Once after writing like this, simply you need to save it. You need to save it. So for saving, simply Control S. As we people know, to save a file, Control S. Hope you can see my screen. Where you want to save, you need to select. Where you want to save, simply you need to select. I'm going to select my desktop. I am going to select my desktop and I'm going to give some name. Don't give any kind of extensions. Simply system automatically takes an extension. So I'm writing PROZ1 or something. Don't give any spaces in between program name. Don't use any special characters except underscore, and don't give any extensions. Simply give some valid name and click on save button. Simply give valid name and click on OK, save. Simply click on it. Then the program is going to be saved. You can see the program name is PROZ1. So in such a way, simply you can create a new file. We can create a new file, that is M file, and we can write a program and simply you can save it. Once after saving, I want to execute it. Here you can see home, but home tab is there. Home tab, let me explain you this. Home tab, and here plots, and here apps, and here editor. Whenever you're writing some program or something, automatically that will be in editor window. That means editor tab. Simply that will be in editor tab automatically. So in that one, we have an option simply called, simply you can see here, green color triangle button will be there. Green color triangle button for running your code. Simply open your code, simply click on this run button. Simply click on this run button. Click on this run button, then output will be displayed on your command window. The output will be displayed in your command window. See, now you can see on my screen, the output command window, the output is 156. I have written disp of C so that the output is 156. The addition of 67 plus 89, the output is this one, right? Hope you understand. In such a way, simply you can create a file and we can save it and we can simply execute it. So these are the things, how to create, how to save, and how to execute. Hope you understand. So now simply let me explain you some basic commands of MATLAB. The basic commands of MATLAB. Our topic is basic commands of MATLAB. Let me explain you to make use of MATLAB software to the full. Simply we need to have some good idea on basic commands, how to use some basic commands, how to handle some kind of data. We need to understand this one. So I'm explaining you the basic commands of MATLAB. The concept is basic commands. So many basic commands are there, but I picked up some basic commands. So let me explain you one by one. The first one is CLC. The first one is CLC. What this CLC is and where we can use it. What this CLC is and where we can use it. CLC is to clear command window. CLC is simply clear command window. It is about clear command window. This is a command window, right? This is your command window. To clear this command window, simply we go for CLC command. The first one is CLC. So let us write some commands here. I'm writing some 67. Something I written something like this. So this is my command window now. So this command window, I want to clear it. This command window, I want to clear. I want to make this command window clear. So simply what I can use a command CLC. CLC is a command for clear command screen, clear command window or clear command screen. Simply let us use that CLC. Simply click on CLC and type CLC and click on enter button, CLC, and press an enter button. Then the command window will be cleared. So hope you can see this command window is now cleared. In such a way that CLC command can be used. The first of basic command is CLC. The other one is clear or clear all. The other one is clear. CLEAR. The other one is clear. How we can use this clear command? How we can use this clear command? So clear is to clear workspace variables. This is your workspace, right? If I want to clear my workspace, I can use simply clear command. Clear is to clear workspace window. So let us use this one. So let us have a look on this, my workspace window first. Have a look on this. So I'm using now the CLC. Now I'm going to use clear. I'm writing clear. I'm pressing an enter button. Clear and write on command screen. You can see I have written clear and I'm going to press an enter button now. Once you press an enter button, this workspace window is now cleared. You can see the workspace window is now cleared. So to clear workspace variables, simply we use clear. Okay. And then the other one is we done with CLC and clear. The other one is close. Close all or close. Close all or close. To close all the graphical windows which are open previously. To close all the graphical windows which are open previously, simply you can go for close. Close all. I haven't opened any graphical windows. If I open any graphical windows, if I write close all and press an enter button, all the graphical windows will be clear. That means figure windows and all. I'll show you that one also, no issues. So the other one, 3 commands you are done with. 3 commands we are done with. So now the other command is simply ANS. ANS. ANS is a simply command which returns a most previous answer in a command window. It is a command to which returns the most recent answer in your command window. It returns most recent answer in your command window. Let me write something like A equal to 78 I have taken, some B equal to some 22 I have taken. Then I'm writing A plus B. I'm not assigning to any variable. Simply I'm writing A plus B. Then the output is what? So here I have taken A equal to 78 or something. Here some B equal 22. And A plus B I have written, then 100 it returns. So what it returns in a variable answer, if you don't assign this A plus B to any variable, then automatically that will be assigned to a keyword basic command ANS. So if I want to write simply ANS, if I execute ANS, then it returns 100. For suppose if I write A plus ANS, that means ANS will be added to a variable A. You can use like that also. Here A plus ANS is automatically takes as 100. That means it returns most previous answer in command window. ANS is a simply command which returns most previous answer in command window. And the other one is version. To know the version of MATLAB software you are using. Version. VRSION. So to which returns the version of your MATLAB software you are using. Simply let us see that version. If I write like this, it returns the current version of MATLAB software, that 8.1.0.604 2013A I'm using. 2013A version I'm using. The internal edition number is this one. Right, that is the other command. And the other one is WHOS. The other command is WHOS, which returns the information about a variable. WHOS, whose is a MATLAB command which returns the information about a variable. Already we have some variables A and B or something, right? So let us check the details of a variable. WHOS, whose, simplify, write a variable name A. Whose is a command and A is a variable name. Whose space A, if I write, it returns the information about a variable. See here, the name of a variable is A. The size of a variable is 1 by 1 matrix. How many bytes it occupied? 8. The class is double. Class means data type. The class means the data type simply. So whose is a basic command which returns the information about a variable, right? So other one is exit. I'm not executing this command because to exit from the software environment, simply you can click on exit. I'm not executing this one. I don't want to close now. So exit, this is another command. These are some basic commands. What we have covered is CLC and clear and close and ANS and version and WHOS and exit. These are the basic command we have discussed. So these are will be useful for you to write some good programs and to make some calculations with MATLAB software. So give me a moment, I'll take some water. Meanwhile, you can ask me some questions on this. If you have any questions, you can ask me. If you have any questions, so you can ask me. Yes, I'm back now again. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, we cannot. Ati ma'am, we cannot. No, we cannot use print scan. Yes, no, we don't use. Yeah, Ananya Mukherjee ji, will share the video links. Yeah, recorded video links. Like this, any online software like online edition of MATLAB is also available these days, or else the other softwares are there. So many other softwares are like that one, the clone of MATLAB is there. The name is, I forgot, I'll tell you. Yeah, let me explain you, Sai Bharat, when we are in various data types, let me explain you that also. So Suryakitana, why we cannot write a program in command window? If I write each command, automatically the command will execute here itself. We cannot save it for further uses. We cannot save it. We can write something here, but we cannot save it for further uses. Simply once you close it, the program will be closed. Whatever you have written will be erased. Yeah, that's why we are not. That is not suggestible. That what I am, Pranati, that what I am going to discuss. Yes. Pawan Kumar, many changes are there. So many changes are there. So let me explain you some more insights. Thanks for asking some good questions. So let us resume this session again. Yeah. So now I would like to explain you the importance of a semicolon. Importance of a semicolon in C language. Semicolon used to terminate a line, terminate end of the line, to mention end of a line, to make understand your compiler that this is the end of a line. We use semicolon in C programming language. Here we use semicolon to suppress the output. We use semicolon to suppress the output. We use semicolon to suppress the output. Let me explain you in with an example. I'm writing something like a equal to some 45. Then when I execute this, a equal to 45, then the output is displayed here itself only. The output is displayed here itself only. The next time when I write something b equal to 90 and I place a semicolon and I place a simply semicolon, you can see here, I place a semicolon and I'm going to execute this command. I'm going to execute that. Then the output will not be displayed here. The output will not be displayed here. You can see the output will not be displayed here. That means the output will be suppressed once you place a semicolon. Once you place a semicolon, whenever you use an equal to operator, better you place a semicolon to suppress the output. In a lengthy program you are writing, if you misplace a semicolon once after equal to operator, all the intermediate results will be displayed in a command window. It takes more execution time for a program. So to reduce the execution time for a program, we need to suppress the outputs whenever we don't need intermediate outputs. We don't need, simply if you need only final output, simply all the other ones simply can place with semicolon. Semicolon, simply my intention is to let you know, semicolon is to suppress the output. Semicolon is to suppress the output. You can see here output is displayed here itself, but here the output is not at all displayed. Hope you can understand that one. Semicolon is to suppress the output. Right. Semicolon is to suppress the output. So the next one I would like to tell you the variables. Let me tell you the variables. Variable declaration rules in MATLAB. Variable declaration rules in MATLAB. And what is the significance of MATLAB scripting? MATLAB scripting is a simply like programming language. It is a simply a programming language. It is simply a programming language as like C, but it supports object-oriented concepts also. It supports OOPS concepts also. It is a case-sensitive language. It is a case-sensitive programming language. It is purely case-sensitive. That means the smaller uppercase letters, lowercase letters are taken as different ones. It is purely case-sensitive, remember. And one other advantage is we are no need of pre-declaring variables before going to use. For suppose in C programming language, if I want to write a program for addition of two variables, if I want to write a program for addition of two variables A and B, then what we write? Simply we write int of A, B, int of A, B, and C. We'll write simply int A, B, C and something. Print of, scan of, and logic we write. So if I miss initializing C, or if I miss declaring C, if I miss declaring C, what happens? Then system will throw you an error that C is a undefined variable. So every variable before going to use has to be declared first. Pre-declaration of variable before going to use, that is must and should in C language. In C language, in other languages, we need to declare variables before going to use. But in Python, we don't need to declare variables. As like C, as like MATLAB, Python also doesn't need any kind of pre-declaration. So in C language, if I want to use any variable, that variable has to be declared beforehand. So here in MATLAB, no need to declare variables before going to use. For suppose if I take some A equal to 20 and something B equal to some 78, and if I want to take a variable C, directly I can take C equal to A plus B. If you do the same thing in C programming, C is a unknown variable, C is a undefined variable. But in this programming language, whenever we assign some value to a variable, the moment we assign a value, at the same moment the variable is created. So whenever you need a variable, directly we can take and we can use it. That is the greatest advantage. And in MATLAB scripting, MATLAB programming, it is all about sequential execution. It supports sequential execution only. Sequential execution. That means the lines will be executed, the code lines, for suppose 10 lines of code you have written. Those 10 lines will execute one after another, not a concurrent or parallel execution. In C programming, simply what happens, if you write 100 lines of code, all 100 lines of code will get executed at a single instant of time interval. That means on clicking a run button, all the files will get executed for a single clock cycle. But in MATLAB, all the lines will get executed one after another. This is like interpreter kind of language. As like a Python, this is a interpreter kind of language. Simply the execution will be in sequential manner. That means the code lines will get executed one after another. That means sequential execution. MATLAB doesn't support any concurrent execution. Concurrent means parallel. Parallel means all the lines will get executed for a single clock cycle. But here, for each line, one clock cycle is required. For each line, the code is going to be executed. That is the only disadvantage of MATLAB. The execution time is somewhat more than other programming languages, somewhat slow. The execution is somewhat slow. The Pawan Kumar, you need to understand this. So for your question, that is the answer, I guess. So the execution speed is somewhat low when compared to other programming languages. Sequential execution. It supports sequential, doesn't support any concurrent execution. MATLAB scripting is a case sensitive and no need of pre-declaration of variables, and it supports sequential execution. These are all advantages of this program, MATLAB scripting. These are about MATLAB scripting and variable declaration rules. Now, as like other programming languages, we have variable declaration rules. What is a variable? I would like to ask you. Simply, what is a variable? Variable is simply nothing but a name which holds some value, right? Variable is simply a name which holds some value. Variable is a name, simply a name or something which holds some value. That's all right. Or it is a data container. Variable is like a simply a data container which contains your data. So a is a equal to 10 is a valid variable, right? So for a, it is a not a valid variable. For suppose if I had 4a equal to 10, it is not a valid variable because variable names should not start with a numerical value. Variable names should not start with numericals, and variable names should not start with any special characters. Variable names should not start with any special characters, right? Variable names should not start with any special characters, and variable names should not contain any blank space. That means white space. Variable names should not contain any white spaces, and variable names may contain lowercase letters, uppercase letters, and numerical values. That means alphanumerical characters. Variable names contains alphanumerical values, should not start with a numerical value, should not start with any special character except underscores. So variable name should not include a space, white space, and variable names should not be a keywords of a MATLAB software. Variable names should not be a keywords of MATLAB software. In MATLAB also we have so many keywords. We are not supposed to use keywords as a this one. Int is a keyword. Int is a keyword. We should not use this int as a variable name. Int is a keyword. We should not use this int as a variable name. In such a way, those are some variable declaration rules in MATLAB we have. So now to understand image processing, with MATLAB, one should understand what is a matrix. What is a matrix? How you can access matrix values? All these things to be understood. If you want to learn image processing with the MATLAB, if you want to learn image processing with the MATLAB, for sure we need to understand what is digital image, and then we need to understand matrix. What matrix is basically, how to declare a matrix, how to access matrix values, how to perform some different kinds of operations using matrices. All these things we need to understand. That's why I would like to let you know what is a matrix. Though you people know about matrix, I would like to give you some information about matrix. What is a matrix basically? What is a matrix? Matrix means the data arranged in rows and columns is called simply matrix, as we people know. The data arranged in rows and columns, something like this is a matrix. Assume that this is a matrix A. So data arranged in rows and columns is called simply, the data arranged in rows and columns is called simply a matrix. Every matrix can be represented by rows and columns, as we people know, the rows and columns. M represent rows and N represents columns. How many columns and how many rows? So this is simply a matrix declaration. So how you declare a matrix in MATLAB? This thing how you declare in MATLAB. Let me explain you how you can declare this one in MATLAB. This one, how you can declare in MATLAB, let me explain you. So how we can declare? Simply we need to write A equal to, open a square bracket, First write down the first row. First row is 8, 4, 5, 1. And then place a semicolon. Here what this semicolon does? Semicolon is to separate rows. Here how many rows we have? 3 rows. First row we have a 10. To separate values from as first row and second row, we are placing a semicolon. Semicolon is used to separate rows. I'm writing 6, 8, and 6 and 2. This is second row. Place a semicolon. And third row I'm writing 7, 9, 3, 4, and close a braces. So that this is a matrix declaration in MATLAB. So semicolon separate rows. Remember, very important one. Semicolon separates rows. Here, what I'm going to do, space. Space is there, right? The space is separates columns. Space separate columns. 8 is the first column, 4 is the second column, 5 is the third column, 1 is the fourth column, right? Space separate columns. Space you can use, or comma operator also we can use. Comma or space is same. We can use comma operator or a space also to separate columns. To separate rows, we need to place a semicolon. Let us declare a matrix first. Let us declare a matrix. Something like A equal to, on my screen you can have a look. Can have a look. A equal to, I'm writing something like this. I have written semicolon. The first row is done. Second row I am done. Third row I am going to give. Place a braces and enter. So this is the matrix it returns. Let me clear. This is your matrix now. So the first row, this is called first row, and this is second row. This is third row, and this is first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. So the rows separated by semicolon. And space is used to separate columns, right? Now let me explain you how to access matrix file. This is a simple way of creating a matrix. If I want to create a row matrix, what is a row matrix? Row matrix simply have a rows only. Simply if I write, so 4, 5, 6, 7, if I write like this, simply it is what it is basically. Simply it is a row matrix. It is having only one row. How to create a row matrix? Simply you can write something B equal to row matrix. You can write, simply execute it. This is simply a row matrix or row vector we can call. Simply this is a row matrix or row vector. This is called simply a row matrix or row vector, we can call it as row vector or row matrix. And then if I want to create a column vector, a column matrix, simply 5 semicolon, 6 semicolon, 7 semicolon, 8 semicolon, close it and enter. So Raviteja ji, could you please stop your video? Yeah, here like this you can create some matrices. This is a 2-dimensional matrix which is having rows and column. This is a row matrix. This is a column matrix. This is a single column we have, and here we have single row itself, and here rows and columns also we have. This is how we can create some matrices using MATLAB. So one should understand about the matrices before going to understand the image processing. To understand the image processing, one should know how we can create some matrices, because image can be considered as a matrix. Image can be taken as a matrix itself. So we need to understand the operations on a matrices, then only we can perform operations on digital images. That is the only important thing we need to understand. That's why I'm taking time to explain you how to declare a matrix, row vector, a column vector. Now let us discuss about array indexing. The concept is now array indexing. The concept is array indexing. What do you mean by index? Index means location. Index means location. Basically, index means location. So how to access? Array means simply, all you people might be know. Array means a collection of elements of similar data type. Array means a collection of elements of similar data type elements. First of all, simply we can say matrix as an array. We can say simply matrix as an array because let us write something like 897 263 149 876, something like this. A matrix you have. First, suppose you have a matrix like this. So this matrix also can be called as an array because it have all the variables, all the values as a integer values. All the values are integers, right? Simply array is a collection of elements of similar data type. So a matrix can be called as an array. This is simply called as an array. Array indexing means the locations. That means accessing array elements by the locations. Accessing array elements by their locations. Remember, array indexing means accessing array elements by their locations. How can access array elements? For suppose I want to get the value 4. I want to get value 4. I want to get value 4. I want to get value 9. How we can get it? Let me explain you that. So this 8 will be stored in location 1. This will be stored in location 2. This will be stored in location 3. And this will be stored in location 4. And this will be stored in location 5. And location 6. And location 7. And so on. In such an order, values will be stored. Matrix values will be stored in such an order. Let me explain you that in brief. So this 3 will be stored in first location. 4 will be in second location. 7 will be in third location. This is fourth location, fifth location, sixth location. This is seventh location, eighth location, ninth location, 10th location, 11 and 12. So matrix values will be stored in such a locations. So for suppose if I want to access this, if I want to access 6, if I want to access, what is the location value of this? 7 is the location value. Simply you can write A of 7. A is my matrix, right? A of 7, if I write A of 7, then you will get value 6. You can see on my screen. The value 6, you got it. The value 6, you can get it. So in such a way, simply you can access. This is your matrix, okay? So A of 6 I am writing. Then 8 will be written. A of 1, for suppose A of 1. If I write A of 1, simply it returns 3. And A of some 9, it returns 9. In ninth location, coincidence is simply ninth location 9 is stored. Simply in such a way you can access. This is called array indexing. This concept is called array indexing. For image processing, this is very important. Array indexing and array slicing is very important for digital image processing. That's why I'm taking time to make you understand it. So this is called array index, accessing array elements by their location values. Accessing array elements by their location values is called simply array indexing. Hope you got it. Now array slicing. Now concept is slicing. Now concept is slicing. Slice. I would like to make you understand what is slice and how you can slice a matrix and where it can be useful. Slicing. Slicing. So I would like to let you know other thing also here. Comments. In MATLAB, comment starts with percentage symbol. If I start anything with the percentage symbol, that comes into the picture of comments. Comments will be starting with percentage symbol. Comments will be starting with percentage symbol. Please try to understand. Comments will be starting with percentage symbol. If I write anything by starting with a percentage symbol, those are the comments, those will not get executed. Comments. Right. So now let us simply go for array slicing. Slice means simply a part, pizza slice. Hope you know pizza slice. That means simply taking some part of your big pizza, right? So simply taking some part of your matrix. So A is something your matrix for suppose. In this one, I want to get this particular slice. I want to get this particular part only. I want to get this particular part only. Then how we can get it? So our matrix is A, right? A of first thing, how the rows, this is the first row, second row, and third row. And this is first column and this is second column. So the rows from where to where? The rows from first to last. That means the rows from 1 to 3. The first location we need to write the rows from 1 to 3, comma, this is the rows location. This is called rows. And the columns are 1 to 2. The first two columns, right? The columns are 1 to 2. If I write like this, A of 1 to 3, A of 1 to 2, then this particular part will be written. Let us do it. A of 1 to 3, comma, 1 to 2. Then you can see the output now. Then you can see. Array slicing is very important for digital image processing. In coming days, you will get to know how important this one is. So 3, 4, 4, 5, 7, 8. If I want to get some particular part of your data, we can use like this. So A of what I'm writing, again I'm explaining you. So your data includes how many rows? First row to last row. That means 1 to 3, 1 row, second row, third row. The columns involved is 1 to 2. So 1 to 3 and 1 to 2 columns. This is called simply columns. If I write A of colon means all. In first location, if I write colon, that means all rows. This means all rows. If I write colon, if I place colon, all columns. A of colon comma colon means all rows and all columns, that meaning is. So let me explain you some more good example with this. For suppose if I want to get a part of it, if I want to get a part of this one, I would like to explain you with other example also. 8, 9, 3, 4. That means the rows are second row, third row. The columns are third column, fourth column. So simply we can write A of rows are 2 to 3, 2 colon 3, comma, the columns are 3 to 4. Simply can write like this. Then we'll get 8, 9, 9, 3. You can see here on the output. In such a way, we can slice the part of a matrix. We can simply slice the part of a matrix. That is called array slicing. And before that one, array indexing we are done, and array slicing and array indexing also. Those are very important. For suppose if you have an image, in that image, if you want to extract some particular part, you know the part value, simply can extract it. If I want to remove the nose from your image, face image, you know the exact location, simply can crop it with this kind of indexes also. In such a way, simply we can go through it. In such a way, simply we can use MATLAB. We can write some good programs also. So to write a program to addition of two matrices of same sizes and all the arithmetic operations, we can write some programs for different kinds of things you can do with the MATLAB also. So that's all for the first day session. If you have any questions, you can ask me. In tomorrow's session, let me quickly move on to the other image processing concepts. Simply in tomorrow's session, I would like to explain you image processing concepts. Directly I'll start off the things with what is an image and how you can declare an image, how you process an image, all these kind of things I would discuss in the next coming 4 days. That's all from my side for the first day session. Yeah, once if you want to understand the array indexing means accessing array values by their location. Simply I want to get 3 means that is located in location 1. So A of 1 if I write, then automatically A of 1 if I write, then you will get 3 value. If I want to get the value, this one 9, that is in 11th location. A of 11 if I write, then this value will be returned. So and then if I want to get some particular part only, what are row numbers of these? 2 and 3. The columns are 2 and 3. Then simply you can write A of 2 colon 3, comma, columns are 2 colon 3. then you will get this part 5989. In such a way, simply you can slice the values. I'm sharing attendance and feedback link in chat box. Please notice it. The command itself is a single command, Madhu. The command itself is a single command, right? So I'm going to share feedback link in chat box. You can please notice. Feedback link we have shared. Hope this session is useful for beginners or else some practitioners also. Hope this is insightful, I feel. So if you feel something, you can post in chat box itself. So I'll be happy to hear from you. For feedback link I have shared, please check it. Sequential execution, one line after another line will be executed. The A equal to some matrix that is in one line only, right? That will be executed for a single instant of time. Tonight we'll share a video link, a recorded video link in a groups. Yeah. Thank you one and all. Thanks for your patience and your time as well. We'll share the software link. You can. Thank you so much for good, nice words. I feel it is an insightful one for the beginners or the practitioners also. Tomorrow's session will have some basics of images and how you process images and all. How you access images from your computer and how you process that, all these things I would like to discuss. Thank you, Stravanti. Hope you enjoyed it. For all others, it is okay. Everyone feeling comfortable. Rambabu sir, could you please check your words? Thank you, Rajani ma'am. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll share the video recordings tonight in WhatsApp groups itself. Thank you, Ramesh sir. Feedback link is shared in chat box, so please notice that and you can fill up the feedback. You can give your valuable feedbacks as well. Thank you, Yashwant. Yes, sir, thank you. Rajkumar sir, thank you so much for nice words. Tomorrow we'll be having image basics and types of images, and as well how you can process basic images and how you can apply some simple transformations on images. All these things you are going to discuss. Yes, Pawan Kumar, yes. Not all the functions, but some. You roll number in feedback link or any registration link, if there is a roll number, simply that is an optional one. You can ignore. Krishna sir, thank you. Yes, you can leave. Thank you so much. Thank you one and all. Thanks for your time and patience as well. Narmada ma'am, shall we close it? Narmada ma'am, shall we close it? Thank you all. Thanks for your valuable feedback also. Thank you so much. We'll be leaving them. No, Pawan Kumar, no.